On today's episode, I am going to change things up a little bit, and I wanted to talk about why I started this podcast. And I think that it's important to understand why, because then you can understand the motivation behind someone's passion, which this podcast is definitely a passion of mine. I love Simon Sinek and his book, Start With Why, and that kind of inspired me to write out my thoughts and share them with you all as to why I am doing the podcast. So, I kind of wrote some thoughts down the other night and wanted to speak them out loud. So, this podcast was actually birthed through several years of hardship and contemplation. There was a pivotal shift in my life once COVID struck my physical and mental health. Having had long COVID for the first time back in November of 2020, I was really motivated to venture down multiple avenues in hopes of finding true recovery. And down one avenue, I found a very old wound that I hadn't addressed for almost 30 years. When I was around the age of 10, I was sexually abused by another female. I hadn't told anyone until I met another woman who, for some reason, decided to open up to me about her childhood sexual abuse. By hearing it from someone else, that opened the door to a very dark area of my life that I had kept hidden and tucked away for a very long time, nearly 3 decades. I made the bold decision to start slowly talking about what happened to me with people who were very close to me and those with whom I trusted. Each time I told another person, I felt a level of grief and weight slowly slide off my body. At the same time that weight was released, that very old wound was becoming raw and exposed. I had no idea that it would take me almost 3 years of therapy, prayer, and contemplation to truly move forward with my healing. Healing looks very different for each person. My healing came in small waves and its own natural setbacks. One of the many things that helped my healing, surprisingly and reluctantly, was learning the meaning of my name. When I truly learned that my name meant paradigm shifter, it helped me feel validated in the way that I see life around me. It helped me realize that there was a truth and reason to my intense empathy for others. Then, when I started talking more about onomatology with others, I felt their curiosity. I felt their interest peak in something that was a neutral icebreaker that also helped build a sense of bonding and deeper level of connection within our communication. And it also helped lower my social anxiety. At the end of the day, how I value my time is this: how have I helped someone feel that they belong? Or how have I helped someone feel included or seen? Or even how have I helped someone feel a sense of community? I think that by sharing what I've been through and doing it through this podcast, along with my fascination with onomatology, is one way that I can help not only myself have a deeper level of healing, but also maybe even help someone else. This podcast has allowed me to do all of these things in my own way, fulfilling my own passion with learning more about the meaning of names and the people they were given to. This is my why. Thank you for listening.